This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, thanks, Tim, for the joining. Don't mind for my voice. I got some severe cold and a fever, so that's why my voice is like little bit change. Don't mind about that. Okay, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen, guys? Can anyone confirm?
Yeah, it's visible.
Thank you, Sangamesh. Thanks, Tim. So, have you people configure the Java installation and the JMeter download and open the JMeter? Anyone is done?
Yeah, I'm done.
And what about remaining people? Sheikh, Rahul, Vinod, Jahid, Aishwarya, Ajay, Sangamesh, Bhardwaj.
Yes, I have installed Java JDK and JMeter and Java Path. Three things I have done.
Yeah, sure. Please don't forget that you have to start the practice parallelly. Okay. Once we're done with the session, you have to start immediately. Then only we'll remember what we discussed today. Okay. So, like, I just moved my JMeter to my desktop. Just open it. We just discussed about the folder structure, and I'm going to bin. See, the people are confusing about what file I need to open it. Here you can see a command line mode. Let me zoom it. See, with this only just JMeter. If you check the properties, there you can see .bat format is means batch file, which is supported by uh, Windows. Okay, don't forget to open this. I'm just double clicking it. My command line opened, and this one. Okay, first let me explain you what are these and what are these. After that, we'll come and discuss about the test plan and all. So before that, I would like to tell you, uh, suppose for example, you have created a document. Anyone create a document? What is the document format? Windows document form dot docx, right? If it is Excel, dot xlsx. Okay, but the JMeter which you need to open, the format should be JMeter dot bat, which are in the bin folder. Okay, so once we create a JMeter script, once we save it, in what format it will be used to save? Okay, that is .jmx. In this format, the JMeter script will be saved. .jmx. .jmeter. This is script format. The log, the recorded log, or the executed log, the Lotus execution log, it will be saved in the .jtl or .csv. You'll get to know what is the recorded log, what are the Lotus execution log. We'll get to know once we start the scripting and all. But just remember this: jtl
Can
dot
also
jt.
Kindle.
Sorry, Bharadwaj.
XML file, .xml.
I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Okay. I'll tell you. .jtl or .csv, which will save for JMeter log. It can be Lotus log. Okay. But while recording, when you start the script recording with the JMeter, by default .xml will be there. This is also will save the recorded log. Recorded log. And .jtl .csv we can save it in the JMeter execution log. Okay, recorded log is different, execution log is different, script format is different. These are the format. And guys, don't forget that when you go with the 3 plus 4 plus experience, this is the definite question. What formats the JMeter will save and what format a JMeter log will save and recorded log. You have to say the .jmx for the JMeter log, .gtl for the recorded log. You need to remember this question. Okay. So remember this. Remember these formats. Okay. Now here file. First, I'm discussing about the menu elements in the JMeter GUI, graphical user interface. When you go to file, new means new test plan. Under the test plan only, you can add the elements, required elements for the load test execution or recording. Okay. File. Already we are in a new test plan. Next, template. When you click the template will be open like this. Template is like already predefined elements.
Naveen, sorry for the interrupt. Naveen, what is the GUI once again? Can you elaborate?
Graphical user interface means we are seeing our JMeter in GUI mode, graphical user interface. We are
Okay.
not using any command line to see the JMeter.
Okay.
We
Okay.
directly open the JMeter. Got it, Sangamish?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, man. I will tell you that what is GUI, what is non-GUI. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Once you finish at least 4 or 5 sessions, and then definitely
Hmm.
you'll get to know what's happening in the JMeter. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, man. Thank you. So already we are new. The template means the predefined elements. When you want to record a web application script in JMeter, what you do generally, what freshers will do, they will add each and every element manually. But instead of doing that, to save the time, we have predefined templates that we can use it. That we will discuss. Okay, what template we have to use for the recording and all. Just remember it. Okay. Open. If you want to open the existing JMeter file, see here you can see .jmx. It accept only .jmx file. Okay, the existing JMeter script. Okay, so when you open the recent scripts, instead of going to each and every folder like this, like that, simply it will suggest you which are we have opened recent scenarios. Simply you can click it. Okay, merge. If you want to merge any script here, you generally you don't use this option, but I'm telling if you want to merge any existing JMeter file in the JMeter, you can use the merge option. Okay, and save. If you want to save JMeter, see .jmx it is suggesting us. Instead of that, you can save like web application, web application script. You can give it in a name, but it will be saved in .jmx file format only, as we discussed earlier. Okay. Next, save test plan. Both are same. Save test plan. The entire test plan means under this test plan, whatever the elements we have, it will be save all the test plan in the, one place. Both are same. Save and save test plan. Both are same, but when you click the save, it will be save existing script. But if you want to save the existing JMeter script in some other location, you have to click save test plan as. You have to check it so where you need to save it. Okay. Save selection as means if you have a 2 or 3 thread groups, that will come to the point of the thread groups concept. If you want to save only particular the thread group script, you can save selection. You can use it and save test fragment. We don't have any test fragment. I'll add it to you. Okay. And restart the JMeter, exit. It will be restarted it and it will be exit the JMeter. Okay. This is just file only. Open the existing JMX file, saving and save selection, open recent match, the basic scripts we have. Okay. And edit. In the edit option, you have the option to add all the JMeter elements. You have option to add all the JMeter elements. Instead of that, you can directly right click on the test plan also. Here also we have an option, but in the edit option, we have that option as well. Okay. And paste. If you want to copy paste from one element to from one element from one script and you can copy from that JMeter to this JMeter. Okay, it will be copy. I have two JMeters opened. I want to copy one element from there to here. Simply you can copy from there, you can paste it here. It will be saved. Okay. Again, open the existing script. We have same option. Sorry, we have same option like in the file. Okay. Save test plan as a save node as image. You can save it as the image. You can save it the architecture. Disable if you want to disable any element. If you want to enable any element, you can use it. Toggle if you want to search anything, the toggle will be opened. Okay. Just a minute. The toggle will be opened. See, now I have disabled it. Now it is showing the color. The color changed. Again, I just want to enable it. See now. So this is the edit. And if you want any help on any particular request, now we are in under the test plan. You can simply click in the edit button, help. So one web page will be opened. It will give the brief about the test plan, what it does. Okay, it will show like this. Okay, and search. If you want to search, this will open. If you want to search any the request name or any parameter name, any parameter name, you can search it here. While doing scripting, you'll get to know. You can reset the search and run. You can run the JMeter from here. Start executing. Start no pauses means without pause, just execute the JMeter script. Remote start all. We will discuss about the remote start all, and just once we start the distributed mode load testing, we can see this. We can use this option. I will explain you. Okay, clear and clear all. You can delete it. Option. In the option, look and feel, you can change your JMeter theme. Now I'm in a Windows. If I want to change the Dracula color, see, you can change the themes as well. Nimbus. But I'm comfortable with this, the Windows uh, theme, because of every element will be very good visible. So that's why I prefer Windows theme. Okay. Log viewer. While executing the test, what's happening inside the script, we can see the log. We'll discuss it about the log and all. Okay. Log level info debug. If you want to debug when you start the scripting and all, you'll get to know. SSL manager, you don't use all these options, but I'm just explaining it to you. And you can choose the language. Okay, currently we are in English language, the JMeter. You can do French, German, Polish, Portuguese, Spanish. We have multiple languages. Multiple means selected language. We have an option. Expand all, collapse all means when you add any element here, if you want to see inside the element, you can click expand all, collapse all, like that. Zoom in, zoom out. We discussed, right? JMeter will be zoom in. See, JMeter will be zoom in. And save automatically before run. So when you click run button, the script will automatically save. That option we have selected. Okay. Okay. And coming to the tools, create a heap dump, thread dump. That is very high level one. So as of now, just we'll skip this. But once we start the script creation, you'll get to know what are these. Okay. Export a transaction report, all these things. HTML report, we can generate it, import from CURL, all these things. And help, if you want any help, you can check it. What is this to enable the debugging, all these things. Okay. So these are the the basic menu options in the JMeter. So then what are these options? Okay. The mostly commonly used actions will be in the here in the shortcuts. Same like that. When you want to create a new test plan, new we have, right? This is the shortcut. And here we have template, right? This is the template. Okay. And this is the open existing JMeter file, right? This is the save it, cut it, copy, paste, zoom in, I mean expand, collapse, run, start no pauses. So here we have, right? start no pauses in the run option. So all the shortcuts, mostly commonly used shortcuts, will be present here. Broomsticks we have. Once you debug the script, if you want to erase it, you can erase the, you can use any of the option. And this one, search element and the reset search and the function helper. I will tell you the function helper in the future. And user manual, same like help option. Okay. Any doubts on this? Any doubts on this, guys? Yeah, Jay?
No, 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 no. I'm good.
Yeah, thank you, man. So don't confuse about all these things.
Mm.
By you when you start the API script creation, a web application script creation, you will get to know all the options. Just for I'm introducing what are these options. Okay. Now first let's discuss about not a test plan. Okay. Forget about test plan. Discuss about the thread group, which is playing a crucial role in the JMeter. What are the thread group? Okay. Let me open Notepad++ file. So in the JMeter, thread group is a crucial element. Okay. So suppose, for example, your manager come and say that please execute with 100 users load test. Or saying that. Okay, 100. We can call it 100 users or 100 threads. Means one in the JMeter language. In the performance testing JMeter language, we call it one user as a one thread. Simply, you'll ask manager how many threads you have executed. Means one user is equal to one thread. Okay, two threads, two users, 10 threads, 10 users. You can call it as a users or as a threads. We in my company I use all the naming terminology. 100 threads, 100 users. Thread group means it is a pool of users. It is a pool of users means you can give n number of users. If you want to simulate a load test, virtual users, right? We are playing with in the load testing. If you want to create virtual users, you have to use a thread group. Okay. Let me add, right click on this template, add, all these are element we'll discuss. First thread group. Okay. Go to the thread group. I'm adding a normal thread group. The open model setup and tear down we'll discuss. Okay. We'll have the basic knowledge on the basic thread group. I just click thread group. Okay. Click thread group. So you can change the name. Let's think analysis script. You can change your name. The naming will be changed. Once you change the name, just click save or change the parameter. The naming will be saved. Okay. And you can give the comments here like script done by Naveen Kumar. You can give any comments here. Okay. And actions to be taken after a sampler error means once you execute the load test, if you are getting an error, what response that how the thread group will behave. I'm getting an error. What I'm saying that what I selected, just continue, let it be. If I am getting errors, okay, let it be. I don't want to stop the test. But if I select this, start next thread loop means if you are executing with 100 users load test, some 10th user got failed. Okay, 10th got failed. Just stop him and go with the remaining users load test. This is the option. Start next thread loop when you get the sampler error. Okay. Stop thread when you get any error for 11th user, 12th user, immediately the JMeter, the thread group will stop his execution. We don't want to see more and more errors if we continue the execution. So stop thread immediately. Okay. And this option stop test means the entire test will be stopped. Okay, I'm executing 100 users load test. Only one user got failed, but remain 99 user test also will be stopped when you select this option. And the both are but similar. Stop test and stop test now. Immediately it will be stopped, and it will say it will take some breathing time to stop. Immediately it will be stopped. So these are the option. In real time scenario, we used to have this. Uh, we used to have this option. So today I have executed one load test with the 50 users, okay, in my QA environment. Okay, I don't want to see more and more. See, suppose for example, if the user is failed to log in the application, but still he can, he tried to execute remaining transactions without login, how the funds transfer will happen? It will not happen, right? Automatically fund transfer also will be failed. So I don't want to see the more and more failures. So that's why I used to have this option, or I can have this. Okay. If you want to see more and more errors, my manager used to say, okay, let it be. Let's execute what errors we are getting. I just want to check it in application. So people can use the continue option also. Okay, these are the action to be taken after a sampler error. These are the options. Okay. Next, number of threads, users. I told you, right? Here you can mention if you want to execute 10 users load test, 100 users, 1,000 users. Don't go with this. And why? I'll tell you that. Okay, 100 users and ramp up period and loop count. Okay, what is ramp up? Let me open the paint. What is ramp up? I'm drawing one graph. Okay, one graph. User number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's think. These are the users. Users. This is the time. This is the time. Let's think 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15, 20, 25. Okay. So when you give the ramp up, suppose for example, I just mentioned 5 users here, right? The number of there's 5 users. In the paint also I mentioned 5 users. These are the 5 users. But I want to give uh, ramp up period 25 seconds. Means 25 seconds means open the calculator. Open the calculator. So the formula is ramp up by number of users means 25 by 5 users means 5 seconds. So here first user, each user will take 5 minutes time gap for their iteration. Means first user started iteration. Okay. Second user will take 5 minutes. Third user will take 5 minutes. Fourth user will take 5 minutes. Fifth user will take minutes. They will not start the execution all at a time. When you want to give a breathing space to the low test execution, we used to follow this option. Ramp up means first 5 seconds. The first 5 seconds. First user will be executed. Second user will wait for the first 5 seconds. And third user will wait for the 10 seconds. Same like that. So this is the formula. You know, right? In Amazon application, we all 100 people are using Amazon web application or mobile application. So all will not access the application at the same rate. They will not access the application at the same right. So first 10 members will take immediately. Second 10 members they will take some 15 minutes or 5 minutes gap. Again they will log in the application. Same like that to replicate the real user behavior in the load testing. We use ramp up period. Any questions on this? Very important. Frequently asked question in the interview. Any questions, guys?
No, no, wait.
Uh,
Naveen,
uh,
I have one question.
yes,
Could you
madam.
please repeat how that calculation is? Because I missed that part. how we need to calculate the ramp up period?
Yeah, uh, sure, ma'am. Uh, I'm opening my
Say if we
calculator and
have, yeah,
okay, let it be. I just given here 100 seconds. Seconds here you can see 100 seconds. So I'm defining to these five users, hey, don't start execution immediately, you five members. Okay. First member, see 100. Ramp up time by number of users 5. So each user will take 20 seconds time gap to start their execution. Okay. First user will start execution immediately. Second user will take 20 seconds time gap. Same like here. First user will he will start execution, and second user will take time. See, in this 5 seconds, the second user started execution, right? 5 seconds gap, but first user already started. Okay, next is 10 seconds. The third user started the execution, right? And next 15 seconds, the fourth user started the execution, right? He started from here. So before that, he haven't started any execution, right? Okay.
yeah,
So means
okay,
we are giving a time gap between the iterations, a time gap between the, suppose for example, you, me, some like Ajay, Bharadwaj, we total five members are there. First, I started a Amazon web application execution, I mean like web browsing. I just searching for the iPhone. I just added in the cart. I just did the payment and log out. 20 seconds I took. Okay. After that, you will start your execution, Aishwarya. Once I done with the execution, not execution, I'm giving the time gap. I'm telling you, Aishwarya, don't start the execution for next 20 seconds. You will not start the execution. Meanwhile, I will start the execution. Whether I mean still my execution is in progress or not, you don't care. You will start your execution in next 20 seconds. Same like that. Here we'll give the ramp up. So when you give the 1,000 seconds, each user will take 100 seconds like that. When you give the when you give the 5 seconds, 5 by 5, 1. So each user will take 1 second. First user, second user, fifth user will be started their execution. Is it right? Any questions on this, Madam Aishwarya?
if yeah, 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 it's clear. So if we give one, if 1 second, each user will start, right?
If you give 1 second,
For
first
one,
second only, all the five users will be started their execution.
okay.
If you give two
Within
seconds,
1 second,
first
all the threads will get started.
get started immediately, first second only. Means we are not giving any breathing space for
Any,
iterations.
okay,
So
okay, okay.
once you give the 2 seconds here, 2 by 5, some 2.5 means first 2 seconds or 3 seconds, not exact, not like in the 2.5 second, uh, uh, first two, sorry, uh, two or three users will start their execution. First second, remaining second,
Mhm.
remaining two or three users will be executed. Three means
Yeah,
miscalculate
okay.
3 by 5 like that. Understood, right, guys?
Clear, clear.
Everyone?
Yeah, yeah, clear.
This is main important question. See, I used to tell you the frequently asked interview questions for every session. Please note it down. Okay, keep a book and pen with you and just note it down. These are very important because I used to take interviews monthly, at least minimum 20 or 25 interviews with the senior people. But I don't ask this the basic question for the senior people. But when you want to when you people want to go with the 3 plus or 4 plus, definitely you will get these questions. It's basic. Okay, the basic you will get it. So this is the history of number of threads and ramp up time. Okay, suppose for example, what is the loop count? Okay, I'm there. Okay, this user is mine, Naveen user. I want to log in the Amazon web application 5 times. 5 times means only single user is there. Means 1 into 5. How many times? 5 times I will launch, log in, log out the Amazon application. Loop we are giving. Suppose, for example, a HR is there. Okay. In a company, HR is there. Okay. So like 10 people joined in the organization. What HR will do? HR has to create their profiles in their company portal regarding their leaves and all their policies and all their employee ID number. So HR will log in only HR will log in, launch, log in the application. He will add one user log out. Again, second time HR will log in the application. He will add second user log out. Like that means 1 into 5, 5 times will be happen. Suppose for example, 10 users are there. Sorry, 5 users are there. 5 users want to book IRCTC tickets. Okay, they want to book 25 tickets. Okay, with 5 usernames and passwords only. We have 5 usernames and passwords only. But with this 5 usernames and passwords, I want to book 25 tickets. Means 5 into 5, 25. Okay, loop. We are looping. Same users will be use the application multiple times. Okay. Any questions on this loop count? Guys, any questions? Yeah, sure. So this is the loop count. Means the users into loop count will be performed those many times. Okay, right. Same user on each iteration. I don't want to same user for each iteration. I want to use all the user for each iteration. Just disable this option. Okay. If you have more uh, uh, info about this, right click on this thread group. Click help. So thread group related info will be opened. Here it will tell you that what are these options. We discussed right. Start with no pauses. Here the required or not required parameters name of the this is not required means the JMeter name. We can change it. This is not a mandatory field. And number of threads, it's a mandatory. Yes, we have to number of users to simulate the test. See, each thread will begin 10 seconds after the previous thread started. Already we discussed this. Same user on each iteration means if selected cookie and cache data from the first sampler, response are used by subsequent request. Require global cookies and caches manager respectively. If not selected, cookie and cache data from the first sampler response are not used in subsequent request. Means cookies and caches, the concept I will explain you. Okay. What are the cookies and caches? So when you first time visit any web application, let's think Google. First time visit any web application, it will take 2 to 3 seconds. So what browser will do? Browser will save this history as a cookies and caches. Cookies and caches. So when you close the browser, when you open the same web browser second time, it won't take much time compared to the first time because of already the data will be stored in my browser as a cookies and caches. If you go to the browser settings, cookies and caches, you can create delete cookies and caches concept here. So when we select this option, that user will only use that cookie only for the next iteration also. So I don't want to do that. I want to distribute the load across all the users to execute the load test. Okay. This is not very important. No one will ask you about this question. So delay thread creation until needed. If you click here, so means before starting execution, we'll give some delay for the execution, but I don't want to give delay. Okay, so I forgot to tell a loop count. When you click infinite, this will be disabled. Infinite means until we stop forcefully, these 5 users will keep on executing the load test. They won't stop. We have to click stop here. See that disabled, but we haven't created a script, right? this will be disabled. Click stop. Okay, so that's why infinite. Okay, now the main important thing is specify thread lifetime. Here in the load testing, we have a two types of load test. Two types of test. Okay, iteration load test. Okay, okay, duration load test. Duration load test means, suppose my manager came to me today, hey Naveen, I want to execute the load test with 50 iterations, with some 50 seconds time gap. Just only one time, that's it. Okay. So I just gave the time gap between the iterations. I execute like this. But same manager asked me, hey Naveen, I want to execute the load test with the 50 users with 30 minutes duration. That case, you have to enable the specified thread lifetime, user lifetime. Here, you have to mention the seconds. So half an hour means 1800 seconds. 1800 seconds you have to mention. This is the duration load test. But make sure you have to check this option when you go with the duration load test. Because of until we finish the 1800 seconds, it keep on executed infinite. When you forgot to check this, only 50 users will be executed. This will not be enabled. So that's why check this option. What we are saying to the thread group, please execute the JMeter continuously for 1800 seconds, means half an hour. Okay, keep on executed with the help of infinite. Once we done with the 1800 seconds, please stop the execution. Okay, we are telling to the JMeter. Is it clear?
Infinite means load testing, or it's just testing?
Infinite, do you know what do you mean by infinite? Keep on doing, unlimited, right? So we have to, I want to keep on doing the load test until we complete the 1800 seconds. Okay. So when you uncheck this option, there is no duration load test, but here 50 users will keep on execute the load test until we forcefully stop, because of I haven't mentioned any thread lifetime here. Okay, until I stop, they keep on executed the load test. I have to click stop button. So when you mention thread lifetime, only first 1800 seconds means half an hour only these 50 users will be executed. After the test will be stopped. Clear?
Okay.
Any questions? Please, small question also. Please ask me. Yeah, Dinesh, please.
Yes, Ravi. So, in this case, if we can we give a ramp period as zero? Like,
Yes,
what
we
will
can.
happen?
You can give. You can give. You can give. If I give, sorry, not a zero. Only one you have to mention. No zeros accept here. Only means one. So immediately first 50 user, first 1 second only 50 user will start their execution. They will complete. They will stop the execution once we finish the 1800 seconds, means half an hour. If we give the ramp up time is 50, first 50th user will be up on 50th second. So they will keep on executing for the 1800 seconds. You understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the brief about the thread group, very important element. We start our day with the thread group only when you become a performance tester in JMeter tool. Any questions? Okay, thank you. So this is the thread group. Okay, we'll discuss about remaining thread groups as well. What is open model? So you have this option. Sometimes you may get a requirement like, okay, per 1 minute I want to execute these many requests, and I want to give the pass. Like you need to give some the formula here, the formula here. But I'm sure 99.99% you won't use this thread group. No one will ask you about this. Okay, random arrivals. Okay, random seed. You don't need to give all these things. You don't use this. Till now, in my 13 years experience, I haven't touched this open model thread group. Okay. So this is about the open model thread group. Same like this. When you want to achieve the throughput, I'll tell you that. Okay, rate 1 minute, 1 per minute. I want to execute it, and I want to execute random arrivals. If I want to give the passes inside the script, these actions can be done by normal thread groups also, but this is more efficient, kind of. Okay. Next, tear down thread group and setup thread group and tear down thread group. See, these two thread group looks like same like a normal thread group. Then what is the difference between the tear down thread group? So when you start execution, first setup thread group will be executed. Suppose, for example, here I have a transaction call. Don't confuse about that. Uh, Launch base. But once my launch is done, then only I have to do the login. First, it has to happen. Next, it has to happen. So, otherwise, these two thread groups will be executed. Okay, first this will be executed, next this will be. So generally, let me tell you one real-time scenario. We used to keep our database queries inside the first setup thread group. First the database query will run. It will generate some test data. The test data will be used by next thread group. Means first it has to happen, second it has to happen. But both are similar like a normal thread group only. Any questions? Guys? Bardwaj, Aishwarya, Sangamesh, Vinod, Rahul, Shad, Sheikh. No questions, right?
Yeah, no doubts, no doubts on that.
Yeah, sure, man. So this is the history about uh, the thread group. So I'm asking you the question as interviewer. What is thread group in JMeter? Simply, you can say thread group. In the JMeter language, we use it as a one user is equal to one thread. Thread group means we can give the pool of users, means multiple users, which we can use it for low test execution. There we can mention ramp up time, loop count, the duration of the load test. Simple, that's it. No one will ask any more questions like this. This is the history about thread groups. I'm deleting. Okay, now I'm going to save this in my desktop. Isha Training about thread groups. What format is saying .jmx. Click save button. Now here you can see path came automatically. I saved in this location. I saved in this location. Isha Training. See about JMeter.jmx format. .jmx. Okay. So when you edit, you can edit this JMX file in Notepad++. When you edit in Notepad++, see what language it looks like. I'm just clearing. Okay. What language? This is XML format. It will
XML.
support XML format. Okay. So here also you can edit it. Instead of opening up the JMeter, you can edit here. So we have given and saved with 100 users. Now I want to give 500 users, save it and close it, open the JMeter and open recent about thread group. See 500 users. You can edit here and the Notepad++ as well. But that is not a suggestible thing editing in the Notepad. You always keep on editing the GUI mode, graphical user interface. Okay, this is the first main important thing. This is about thread groups. If you people confirm, raise a thumb about thread group. If you people very clear, just raise a thumb so that I can confirm that.
Can you please repeat again? Thread group or
Sorry,
can you please
what
repeat thread group?
you want definition or again if you want all the fields description?
Thread group only definitions.
Okay, click help. This is the definition. A thread group defines a pool of users that will be execute a particular test case against your server. The thread group GUI, you can control the number of users, simulated number of threads. Number of users means number of threads. The ramp up time means how long it takes to start all the threads. The number of times to perform the test, and optionally to start and stop the time for the test. This is the definition. You can simplify it. Thread group is the pool of users, and we can give the number of threads, ramp up time, loop count, and test duration. You can mention, so you can simply say in this interview, in your interview.
Thread means
Okay.
issue a bug or test script. Like
Sorry, Rahul.
thread means issues or bugs or
Come on, man.
test script.
Come on, man. I took 40 minutes to explain about each and everything. Again, you're asking thread means issue and bug. Thread means user. One thread, one user is equal to one thread. In JMeter language, one user is equal to one thread. We have one more tool called LoadRunner. One user is equal to one VU, one virtual user. So every tool has their own languages to define their users. Threads means not bugs. Please listen carefully, Rahul. Thread means user, not bugs. If you want to know about again thread group, you can refer uh, the link, recorded link. Okay.
Mhm.
Please listen carefully, Rahul. Thread group, user group. We can give multiple users, ramp up, loop count, duration.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions on the thread group? This is a very crucial topic. Okay. I'll mark it as if people understand everything. So we're done with the thread group option, right? So after thread group, I will start about listeners. Sorry, not listeners, samplers. Okay, samplers. So are we able to see the sampler option here? Non-test elements, test fragment, assertions, post, preprocessor, timers, listener. But a sampler you can add under the thread group only. You cannot add under the test plan. See, I'm just right clicking in the thread group. See, sampler came. This time there is no thread group option because of you can add thread groups under the test plan only. You cannot add a thread group under the thread group. So that's why the option is not there. Okay. These are the samplers. These are the samplers. So let me talk about the main sampler which we are using. Every performance tester use this sampler 99.99%. That is called HTTP request. That is called HTTP request. Sampler means one request. Suppose, for example, I just opening a browser developer tool, or you can simply click F12. Okay, F12. Sorry, I'm just refreshing this page, for example. Okay, what are all this? Backend traffic means when you hit the page, these many requests are uh, going to the targeted server. You will get the response. Okay, this is the main one. This is the main API. See the icon .html is the main one. The CSS, SVG will discuss later. So you can easily identify the main request we sent. We are getting some issues also in this JMeter page. Okay, forget about that. So what we call this is a request. What response we are getting? This response we are getting. Okay. Let me replicate this request in my JMeter. What is this protocol? HTTPS. Go to the JMeter. Here you have to mention, observe the fields which I am filling. Protocol V, like HTTPS, which I entered in here. And what are the main server? This one only, jmeter.apache.org. Here I copied it here. What is that path? This is the path. After main server address, main website, if anything start with the slash, that will be the path of that request. So where I have to copy? Here. Here I have to copy. So what this method get means, you are getting the information from the server. We are getting the information from the server. What status code we have to get? 304 not modified. I will tell you about the status codes and methods for the tomorrow session. Okay. Now I want to execute this with one user. Okay. Executed it. So execution is done. But where I can see the result? So that's why we have one more element called listener. It will listen our execution. It will show our request and response. We have multiple listeners. Okay. Under the test plan, you can add the listener. Under the thread group also, you can add the listener. And under the request also, you can add the listener. Any facility you have. If you want to know about the particular request response, you can add under this request. If you add under the thread group, it will show all the request response. So for example, I'm adding listener, the basic view results tree. View results tree. Now I have executed. See, my execution is done. This is the thread name, thread group name, what I have given, LSC script. 1 into 1 means only one user one time I have executed. It is showing. Sampler start when we started execution 21:57, 9:57 now time. Okay, in this date IST format. Load time to load that page. It took 342 seconds to load that page. Connect time means we are connecting to the server, right? First we have to request the server to get the response. That connect time is 27 milliseconds. After connecting, the load time is 342 milliseconds. Latency we'll discuss about we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay. And bytes, the memory, how many bytes this response? These many bytes means I think 1.2 MB. How many bytes we sent? Memory 154, but we got this much response. We simply sent this request only, but we got this response. Okay, sampler count 1, error count 0, there is no errors. That's it, 200. Okay, response time passed. But this is the response time we sent. Here you have an option, right? Sampler result. When you click request, it will show the request. Request body, request header. We'll discuss about request body and request header. And this is the response. If you want to see when you get a response as a HTML, you can see in the kind of browser view. Go to this drop down and click HTML download resources. It will take some time to make it visibility. See, but not like a browser. JMeter is not a browser to show like a same like a browser. Okay, just a minute, guys. Sorry. Okay, guys, this is about the basic example about the sampler, but we'll discuss about more samplers for the tomorrow session. Okay, so meanwhile, this is the brief about the thread group. I hope people don't have any questions on the thread group. And tomorrow we'll start samplers like HTTP request, all these things. Okay. Meanwhile, you can do the practice on the thread group. Okay. Thank you guys. We'll end up the session. Thank you so much.